Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to Deb Chanel's 40th World, where we do reviews and recaps on soap operas, celebrity news, and we dib and dab here in politics. Very briefly, though. Very briefly with the politics as well as religion. We're going to be talking about a celebrity news situation that definitely has resolved itself in a mistrial. The case that Bill Cosby was being allegedly called he committed a rape against an individual, a rape charge, rape, sexual assault charge. Everyone claimed it as a mistrial. You only take one person to hang up anything, so he got off lucky this time. He needs to be like O.J. Simpson and sit himself down. Or he not need to be like OJ and go get back in trouble. And then his attorneys that got him off of this little sexual assault charge might not be around, and he might be sitting in the same jail cell that OJ is in and still can't get out of. Back in the day, it was rumored that Camille was going to divorce Bill for all his indiscretions, all his adultery affairs. Um, just a whole bunch of mess. So it wasn't so far fetched that Bill would have went to, end results and put a little cocktail in somebody's drink if he couldn't really get them interested in him. As far as having sex, he probably wanted to soothe them up a little more, or make them feel a little bit more less agitated. So he felt like he would mix them up a cocktail. So it's not really far fetched when definitely Miss Cosby, Camille, had to endure such philandering ways, such sexual affairs, so many. So she probably just lost count. And who knows, by this point, maybe in 20-year lingering time of their marriage, 'cause I think they've been married over 50 years, but probably the middle part, if not sooner than that, they just probably said, you go your way, I go my way, and when we're in public, we'll be unified. We'll take the unified front and just act like we're happily married. Because I'm like, dang, he had just as many children as he had when he was on this fictitious storyline of a Cosby show with Felicia Rashad being his wife on TV. And it was supposed to have been mimicking off of their real life he had with Camille. So I don't know. Was it all roses and smelling fragrances, nice fragrances at the latter part of their union as being a married couple? I think they both live separate lives and they just don't want to publicize it. I don't think he touched her in a way of being sexual. I think they have grown into a situation where it's cheaper to keep me and you just need to keep your stuff out of the public eye and we'll be good. But for her to up and leave all that money, that prestige, that power, that she definitely seems like she loves, she didn't get no exposure on her own. She basically rolled off the shoulders of her husband because he's been in the entertainment field for a very, very long time. Because if you would have to Google Camille, you're going to be matched up on the Google search as Cosby's wife. So she's basically living in the shadows of all of the things he was able to accomplish by being a black African American. Now, I don't really get down to it to see why she stayed with him or whatnot. To me, it's very obvious. It's cheaper to keep me, and I'm living my life. You live your life, and when we have to make public appearances or do philanthropy type work together, we can. But other than that, don't touch me. It's pretty much the spiel is what I'm getting off her Kool-Aid. She's trying to serve me. She's had the better part of years with him. They've had, I think, over 5 children. One of them is dead, which is Enos. That tragedy death he had with somebody coming along and shooting him and killing him. But do your research on that one if you want to call, because that's all wrapped up in speculations as well, or who actually had, you know, put out either a hit on him or, maybe he was dealing in drugs. Who knows? The stories are always out there, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. Okay, but I did pick up an article from the New York Times that was covering Bill Cosby's mistrial, and it goes on to say a little something like this. Okay. The New York Times reported Camille Cosby and others react to the Bill Cosby case mistrial. Okay, did anybody really think Bill, with all his attorney privileges he have and the deep pockets he have, and not to mention the countless influences he have, do you really think he was going to go to jail even if this was a true thing that happened to this young lady? Please. Okay. It was that was my sidebar. Anyway, we have the article written by Sophie Hangling from New York Times. It said it started with a comedy routine. Hannibal Buress was doing a stand-up set in Philadelphia in 2014 in which he execrated Bill Cosby, alleging that he was a hypocrite for criticizing the lifestyle of African Americans despite having been accused of sexual assault. He gets on TV, pull your pants up, black people. I was on TV in the 80s and I can talk down to you because I had a successful sitcom. Mr. Buress said, Buress said, yeah, but you rape women. Bill Cosby, so kind of brings you down a couple of notches. That was cold, wasn't it, y'all? And this is after the routine went viral. Dozens of women publicly accused Mr. Cosby of sexual assault. Now, a prosecution of Mr. Cosby based on the allegations of one of his accusers, Adria Constant, had ended in a deadlocked jury, promoting the jury to declare a mistrial. Keep in mind, like I said, it only takes one person to don't know which way they want to go to hang up a jury, and then you're kind of like at no resolution. So then we have, going back, that was my sidebar piece. It says this has left people who have been watching the high-profile criminal case in limbo, including Mr. Cosby's close friends and supporters, some of whom defended him to the very end. Keisha Pulliam, who played Rudy Huxtable on the Cosby Show, for example, arrived at the start of the trial, arm in arm with Mr. Cosby. And like I said, you're gonna have a TV daughter come out. Where was his real children? Okay, where was his wife Camille? Where was his television children? Felicia Rashad, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and the other kids. It's like, okay, something ain't right. Something is not clean with this food they trying to serve us. It's full of bacteria and it's gonna make us sick. Okay. Oh, that was my sidebar again. You know how I go off. Then we have, as of 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mrs. Pulliam or Miss Pulliam had not noted the mistrial on Twitter. Neither had Mr. Buress. But here are some of the reactions of those closely connected with Mr. Cosby, as well as those from other around the globe. Camille Cosby responds. Now, my sidebar with her, you didn't say anything from the beginning. Why say anything at the end? You know what I'm saying? We've all known that maybe, or at least just me, giving my little point of perspective or insight into this matter, you lost so much love and respect for your husband a long time ago. A long time ago. Say maybe 40 years ago. With all his, like I said, in and out sessions he had where he done committed adultery against you, and you trying to understand why you can't be more woman enough for him to not go out. But I think Bill just has a disease. He just likes pussy. He don't care where he get it. It just doesn't matter. He just like everybody but JJ he can get a hold of. Like he on a freak train somewhere. And he too damn old to be doing that now. Even though it's a case that happens maybe 10 years ago, I'm suggesting. But I don't understand. He needs to get something to calm his sexual desires. Because he sure not probably getting it for Camille. Because she probably don't even want him to touch her. She's so disgusted with him. But again, I went off on my sidebar. Coming back to the written article, it says Mr. Cosby's Twitter account. And see, Camille is on his Twitter account. What the hell is she on his Twitter account? Don't she have her own Twitter account? I'm like, okay, Camille, you're doing too much. I need you to fall back. Keep collecting your money. Keep, yourself open to many other prospects under Bill Cosby's name. Because, yes, you're living in his shadow. My opinion. Okay, moving back to the article. It says, how do I describe the district attorney? This is Camille Cosby calling herself hitting everybody in the face with her words or allegations. Okay, heinously and exploitatively. I can't pronounce it. Exploitatively. ambitious. How do I describe the judge? Overtly and arrogantly collaborating with the district attorney. How do I describe the counsels for the accusers? Totally unethical. How do I describe many, but not all, general media? Blatantly vicious entities that continually disseminated and intentional omissions of truth for the primary purpose of greedily selling sensationalism at the expense of human life. Historically, people have challenged injustices. I am grateful to any of the jurors who tenaciously fought to review the evidence, which is the rightful way to make a sound decision. Ultimately, that is a manifestation of justice based on facts, not lies. As a very special friend once stated, truth can be subdued but not destroyed. Moreover, I express humongously humongous gratitude to counselors Brian McGauley and Angela Argusa for their hard work. Mr. McGaul, I don't care, well, y'all know what I'm talking, MCMOs, whatever. Mr. M, we're gonna call him, for his passionate and powerful articulations of truth. Then the other attorney, Mrs. Argusa, or something like that, Argusa, for her thorough research to bolster counsel well, whatever his name is, Mr. Andrew White, for his unequivocally skills in public relations. To our team who work diligently and intelligently, to our staff for their continuous commitment, to our family and me, and to our children, grandchildren, and other family who loves us, and our dear friends and supporters who never gave up on us despite it all. Okay, and then it gives pictures of, Bill Cosby's lead attorney. Then it says outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania, Mr. Cosby lawyer said this about the mistrial. Mr. Cosby began his trial presumed innocent, and he leaves it that way. There were no winners here, but like the song goes, you don't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you get what you need. Really? If the case is retired or retried, know that I will once again put them to the test. Okay, then we have Andrea Constad's lawyer. Mrs. Constad's legal team released a statement thanking the Montgomery County District Attorney Office, the police officers and detectives who worked on the case, the jury, and others. We are confident that these proceedings have given a voice to the many victims who felt powerless and silenced. We commend those prosecutors who raised awareness that one of the hallmarks of drug-related sexual assaults is the effect the drug has on the victim's memory and ability to recall, and we're nonetheless willing to present this evidence to the jury. Then it goes on to give information about a National Sexual Violence Rescue Center, for anybody that pretty much wants to, I guess, look it over. Then it says the proceedings in the Cosby trial over the past 2 weeks have also demonstrated the widespread challenges encountered by victims of sexual assault and prosecutors across the country. The American public often expects victims of sexual assaults to behave in ways that are frequently different from how they actually behave. And of course, it says others use Twitter to express disappointment or outrage at the mistrial. The writer and actress Lena Dunham tweeted support for survivors of sexual assault. Okay, it said her little tweet says Bill Cosby trial is about much more than Bill Cosby. When women see justice served, their own fears and traumas are eased. When they don't, they go back into a tailspin pretty much. And she's going totally off, as most sexual assault people would definitely do when things that they feel in this magnitude has been not justified. Everyone, pretty much, not everyone, but the majority feels that Bill Cosby got off, technicalities. And, like I said, it just takes one person to be in limbo, and that kind of does it. But the prosecutors or prosecution says they pretty much are going to retry this. I don't know what and how far it will go. Maybe they're going to try to do a silver thing. Who knows? But just on the whole felony charge, criminal charge, he's off scot-free by mistrial, guys. I'll take whatever y'all want to take from this situation. I personally feel that Camille just should hush, sit herself down, and let life go on by itself. And in many clips I've seen Bill Cosby just turn into so many different people, and his demeanor turned. First, they tried to say he was blind, going blind. Then he come out not even wearing shades to protect the little vision he do have. So I'm kind of like, which one is it? Are you blind? Or are you not blind? Are you just trying to play it for the media to basically see you just so incapacitated, that you're so distraught while you were going through the trial? Now you're gonna come up with new fresh air and start looking like old Bill. Bill, you need to sit yourself down. Okay, call it a day. Say your prayers and blessings. Because if you actually did this to these women, we don't necessarily have to see it, but you will get your just due, brother. You will get your just due. And if you didn't do it, well, you have your freedom now, or what little it is that you can have in this type of world with those type of allegations always going to be hanging over you. Did he do it or did he not do it? Did his money get him off? Or was it just false allegations brought against him? Always going to have that question mark. But y'all, that was my take and my review on Camille Cosby and others react to the Bill Cosby case mistrial. Okay? Y'all take it easy. Talk to y'all soon for something. Take care. Bye-bye.